Okay, so normally I wouldn't really make a video about a minor trade like this, but we had some gameplay lying around, plus it's a Rangers-Kings trade, so those are always pretty cool. Last time it was Lias Andersson going from New York to LA, coast to coast for a draft pick. Now it's Brendan Lemieux. Now, firstly, my immediate instinct after seeing the trade go down, it was like, okay, the New York Rangers legitimately just got rid of the entire Watch Your Tone podcast crew, because you know how Tony DeAngelo was in that weird spot where they're trying to trade him, now he's in limbo, we're still looking to see what's going to go on with him. Brendan Lemieux was one of the first guests on that podcast and one of the more main contributors, so he is gone from the Rangers organization now, coast to coast to LA, just like Lias Andersson. The return here is a 4th round pick, that in which the Kings just gave up because, hey, it's a draft pick for a guy that has been here in the Rangers system that probably would not have been protected for the expansion draft, and also who hadn't really been producing all too much. He had 7 points in 31 games played this season, and his most recent kind of noteworthy moment, I guess, with the Rangers organization was that weird unsportsmanlike penalty call that was given to Sam Morin against the Flyers, where he ended up cross-checking the heck out of Lemieux. So some people were kind of joking around saying, oh, he was knocked over coast to LA. But it's interesting here because the Rangers are doing a few things here. Firstly, yes, we did note Brendan Lemieux's likelihood of being protected in the expansion draft for Seattle, it's unlikely. Plus, with the fact that Vitaly Kravtsov is now in North America, and he has been looking towards making his potential debut, this Lemieux trade opens up a roster spot for Vitaly Kravtsov to come in and start doing his thing. Who knows how exactly that's going to translate in terms of the ice time, the deployment, and all that stuff. We've noted this entire season, but Quinn's overall deployment of everybody has been kind of weird this season. With Lemieux, it's been no exception, so his production has been particularly low this year, and plus he just really hasn't been that effective of a guy, I would say, in terms of his overall package for the Rangers. He takes some bad penalties once in a while, so we'll see if the Kings are going to go out there and actually try to capitalize on what is this profile of a player. The Kings right now, if you take a look at the NHL standings, they're actually doing a lot better than I thought they would be. They're currently 6th in the West. Now, 6th in the West, that's not really great on paper, but they are just 3 points behind Arizona with 2 games in hand. They also have 2 games in hand over the St. Louis Blues, who are indeed in that final playoff spot, and the Kings, being 5 points back, do have a chance of making a very legitimate race of this final West Division playoff spot. Obviously, this Brendan Lemieux trade isn't going to be the be-all and end-all as to whether or not they're going to make it there, but at the end of the day, this is somebody that they'll probably use and have some form of a role for. As for New York, though, hey, 4th round draft pick, never really all that bad of a deal when you're able to get some futures out of it. Some may say it's a little less than they would have expected or hoped for with a Brendan Lemieux trade, but hey, it is what it is. So, talk to me in the comments what you think about this Lemieux trade over here. If you're a Kings fan, where do you think Lemieux slots into your lineup? If you're a Rangers fan, what do you think about the return first and foremost? And secondly, talk to me in the comments about Vitaly Kravtsov, because he looks to be the next Rangers forward to make his debut. He's finally come over here, and I think that this trade over here really does open the door for him to get himself a roster spot. Now all that's left to do is wonder what Quinn does with that deployment. So talk to me in the comments if you enjoyed this video. And bye.